my name is Halida. I would like to introduce to you our project, which is called Magnetic Door Security Alarm. What is Magnetic Door Security Alarm? It is the combination between two, magnet and alarm, which is it helps to trigger the humans if anything force happens or emergency that happens in the households or the building. So, what is the benefits of this magnetic security alarm? The first one is better way of life, and the second one is secure. The first one is better way of life is because people doesn't need to worry about their safety. They can go anywhere whenever they go. They can have their sleep without worrying their safety. That's the first one, and this helps to have a better way of life. The second one is security. Security is without using any of security guard.
Firstly, we connected the 9-volt battery to the battery snap. Then we connected the buzzer to one of the battery snap's wire and an LED to one of the buzzer's wire. Make sure that one end of the buzzer is connected to the correct side of the LED. If the negative part of the buzzer is used, it should be connected to the positive part of the LED, and vice versa. Then we soldered the wires and connected a switch at the other end of the LED. Next, we used the box and cut it so that it would look like a door. The battery is then put at the top of the box, and at the side of the box, we put the buzzer and LED using tape. A screw that should act like a conductor is then connected with wire to the switch. Next, we placed the screw at the top right of the door. A magnet is then put below the screw. On the other side of the door, we constructed a solenoid so that there will be a magnetic force that could attract the screw from the other side when the door is closed. We constructed a solenoid by winding another screw with wire. Both sides of the wire are then connected to another battery so that there will be current flow and magnetic force to attract the other screw.
For the working principle of the magnetic door security alarm, we have decided to build the magnetic door security alarm through open circuit system. In the open circuit system, the electricity starts to flow when the door is being opened. This is because the circuit is only complete when the door is unlocked. In this magnetic door security alarm system, the buzzer and LED are triggered when the circuit is completed. The first situation is when the push switch is closed as well as the iron nail touch the magnet. The door unlocks. When someone breaks the door, the iron nail is attached to the magnet below it. The circuit is closed and the current flows through the complete circuit loop. The magnet is now energized and becomes an electromagnet, and its iron nail is now being magnetized too. And since the circuit is closed, the electricity flows. This triggers the beeper and LED to turn on. The second situation is when the switch is released and the iron nail is separated with the magnet below it. The door locks. Every time the circuit is broken, the current stops flowing. There is therefore no more magnetism around the coil of wires, and the iron nail demagnetizes. The iron nail is now becoming a normal conductor that is attracted by the electromagnet, which is iron nail covered with solenoid on the door frame to shut the door.
My name is Wong Hui Ying, and I'm going to discuss about the theories happens in the magnetic security alarm door. To determine the value of the solenoid magnetic field, the Ampere's law is being applied. Ampere's law states that the line integral of the magnetic field around a closed path is proportional to the amount of the current that is enclosed by the path. This is the formula of the Ampere's law. Magnetic field equal to the multiplications of permeability of free space and turn ratio as well as the electric current. From the Ampere's law formula mentioned above, it can relate that when the current and number of loop increases, the magnetic field also increases. Next, once we have increased the magnetic field strength, we can plug it into another formula, which is the electromagnetic force, a force exerted by an electromagnet according to the Maxwell pulling force. The denominator of the electromagnetic force formula is the square of magnetic field times area of the core, whereas the denominator of the formula is 2 times the permeability of free space. Finally, we can accurately determine the force that is pulling both electromagnet and armature iron nail in order to make sure the force is enough to close the door tight. On the other hand, the direction of the magnetic field is determined by the right-hand grip rule. Furthermore, in our project, when the door is unlocked, the armature iron nail is then attracted to the magnet below it. Hence, this will cause changes happen in the magnetic field as well as the magnetic flux in the wire core. According to the Faraday's law, a voltage or electromotive force will then generated in the wire core. The formula of the magnetic flux is equal to the multiplications of magnetic fields, areas, as well as the cos delta. The delta can be assumed as the angle between the door frame and the door when the door is unlocked. The magnetic flux value obtained is then substituted into the formulas of the Faraday's law to calculate the voltage. The formula of the Faraday's law is equal to the number of loops multiplied with the change in magnetic flux divided by the change in time. The time can be assumed as the time used to open the door, as well as the formulas of the Lenz's law is used to determine the direction of the electromotive force. And now, once the electromotive force is generated, the current will start flowing. Since the circuit is complete, buzzers start beeping and the LED bulb will turn on as well.
Hi, my name is Lau Pui Cheng. The magnetic door in our mini project is very basic construction in terms of circuit. In actual application, there are some electrical and electronic engineering challenges regarding the functionality of magnetic door.
Firstly, a constant power supply is needed to maintain the activation of magnetic door. To ensure the indoor security is monitored, the alarm system and the electromagnetic door lock need to keep on functioning by supplying the power source continuously.
Therefore, by applying the electromagnetic principles, solenoid is working as an inductor which used to store the energy in the magnetic field which produced by the solenoid.
The energy stored in magnetic field at a solenoid, U, can be determined by 1/2 multiplied with mu naught n squared A over L multiplied with square of I, where I is representing the current flows through the solenoid. Mu naught is represents permeability of free space, which is 4 pi times 10 power of -7. N is represents the number of wire loops, and A represents the cross-sectional area of solenoid, and lastly L is representing the length of wire.
To improve the energy stored in magnetic field, we can add the number of wire loops at solenoid. The more the energy stored at solenoid, the longer time to maintain the functionality of magnetic door for security purpose.
Next, the functionality of electromagnet with the armature is also the one of the challenges when constructing the magnetic door lock.
The magnetic door should be able to withstand an external force to prevent the door to be forced open.
According to the Maxwell's equation, the MMF force is directly proportional to the number of wire loops, current flows through the solenoid, cross-sectional area of wire, and inversely proportional to the length of core.
Therefore, the number of wire loops at solenoid should be increased to improve the MMF at solenoid which able to withstand from higher external forces. Other than that, increase the magnitude of current flow through the solenoid could be also improve the MMF too. In conclusion, we are able to learn about the basic construction principles of the magnetic door security alarm system.
There are some theories of electromagnetic law are applied in our application, such as Ampere's law, Faraday's law, Maxwell's law, and Lenz's laws. There are some advantages of installing magnetic door, such as easy to install, efficient operation, availability of remote control, and safety.
That's all from us. Thank you for watching.